Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So, this young white man actually decided to come out to ask what is it that has come out of hip hop culture, and he said he want to wait and hear what we got to say. Like, a lot of people have been hurt because of hip hop culture. A lot of people died. A lot of people are in prison, and a lot of people are on the street and the rest of it because of hip hop. I mean, like, and why do black people talk about hip hop like it's something special? And I really do not have anything to say to people with this kind of mindset because he already has a very dirty mindset. And if I keep like now, let me say this and make it straight up. If you listen to hip hop, because I am a great huge fan of hip hop. I mean, everything I got me got to do with hip hop. I love it so much. And if you listen to hip hop and all you want to do, or the only thing that comes to your mind is how to do bad thing, that is who you are. But because you listen to hip hop, it doesn't make you want to do drug, or it doesn't make you want to do anything. If you decide to do anything, it means you do not have a mind of your own. It means that is who you are. Hip hop cannot influence you on anything except you want to be influenced. So why is it that everything that got to do with black people is always being questioned? Because I don't understand how all of a sudden it is our problem that so many things are going wrong because people are consuming hip hop. You know what? Let's get into this video.
You name one goddamn good thing that's come out of the hip-hop culture. I'll wait. How many people gone to prison? How many people been murdered? How many people in the streets trying to live that fucking bullshit lifestyle y'all brag about and talk about like it's something special? What has the hip-hop culture done for the culture in general?
I do not respect anybody who has this opinion, purely because it's born out of such ignorance that you have to be willfully ignorant, or just not feeling it fit to look into anything that you're commenting on in the history of black people or anything having to do with black culture in order to formulate this opinion. I'm a big proponent of being able to think about your own thinking. So for that, here's some questions that I want you to consider. It's always been popular for people to make arguments against genres of music, especially black genres of music. So I want you to think about that first. But in that same line of thinking, why is it that black music seems to be the only music that is ever thought about in the context of benefiting the community of people that make the music? Next question, what would we expect to see if this bullshit line of thinking that you guys always spout was actually true? Well, we'd see that the people who listen to hip hop tend to be more violent and committing more crimes. We would expect to see crime rates go higher and higher as this genre of music gets more and more prevalent. We'd in fact expect to see the highest amount of crime in these communities and violent crime in these communities in an era where hip-hop is the most popular, which would be today. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, we would need to isolate this to see if it is truly the cause of people dying. You would need to isolate all the different variables and make this at least as strong as you could get towards a causal representation in order to show that this thing in particular, and nothing else, mind you, is truthfully the reason behind all the negatives and the ills that you list in the community, and why alleviating this issue of the content that's in hip-hop or rap culture or whatever would solve these other issues over here. Another question, what do you think that black communities looked like before the advent of hip-hop? Another question, you will notice that I brought up crime rates before, and a lot of you probably were like, oh, but yeah, black people do commit more crime. But we know that 70% of the consumer base of hip-hop is white, suburban teenagers. So do we see an uptick in violent crime amongst them that is now sweeping the nation at the highest point that it's ever been? And like I said before, could you run an analysis to show me exactly the correlation between the prevalence of hip-hop in white suburban communities and the spikes of crime that we're not hearing about somehow? Another question, why was something like jazz considered horrible, not music, and detrimental to the black community? You know what the fuck jazz sounds like, right? So if that form of music was demonized in the same way, and jazz didn't lead to the downfall of the black community, why does hip-hop all of a sudden? Ask yourself, when was hip-hop created, and what circumstances led to its prevalence within the black community? What circumstances led these artists to live the lives that they rap about? Other question, when you hear your favorite song or favorite genre of music, do you want to go live like the people who made the music? I could play Juice WRLD if I'm in a depressed mood. Does that mean I want to go live like Juice WRLD? If you answer yes, do you know how many artists back in the 80s and 90s who happened to not be black were talking about drugs and drug abuse in their music? Did this make you want to go try any drugs? Why does this one genre of music keep getting blamed for things that every other genre of music that covers similar topics doesn't get blamed for? Finally, Secondly, ask yourself why it is cool and socially acceptable and so easy to blame the bad things that you see within the black community on the music that they make, despite many of those bad things happening before they started making the music. I have an answer. It's because it places the failures of an entire demographic of people directly on those demographics of people. If black people aren't doing well in the United States, well, maybe you should shut up and stop rapping about how you shoot people and start doing drugs, because, you know, the kids are going to start doing that, despite all evidence to the contrary. Because if there's all evidence to the contrary, then that means that something else is the reason why these kids are turning to gangs and drugs and shit. And that conversation all of a sudden looks very uncomfortable, doesn't it? Not to mention, I could go back and grant everything and just assume that black people are just listening to Tupac and deciding that shit's cool, let me go do it. What would it say about our society that a whole demographic of people is just like, you know what, fuck this safe kind of lifestyle, I'm just gonna choose to live like Tupac because I heard it in a song one time? The motherfuckers is acting in their rational self-interest. You think that people would willingly choose to live like Tupac? So just like the war on drugs, take something that's morally questionable that people were already doing it, peg it as the source of all the problems, and give yourself justification to attack it. The shit y'all say on the internet is not cool, edgy, or educated. I could find that shit in a DEA instruction manual from the 70s.
Angry facts. Y'all see all this hate that Jay-Z is getting all over the internet because of his speech at the Grammys? Everybody talking about oh, he up there whining and crying. His wife already got 32 Grammys. Why should he care about another Grammy? They should have boycotted the Grammys anyway. You know they don't be doing us right, all of that crap, right? Let me tell you something. If Jay-Z was a rapper that was struggling, if he wasn't worth millions, if Beyonce wasn't worth millions, y'all would be praising him right now. Y'all would be saying that's a real man for standing up for his wife and uplifting his wife. But the only reason why you're mad at him is because of how successful he is. I don't know what it is with the black community, but they love you when you're broke and struggling, but they hate you when you're successful. Him being a billionaire guaranteed y'all's hate. And that's real talk.
Well, I woke up this morning and I see that the video of me beating the brakes off of that racist hillbilly got taken down last night. And I don't know which one of you simple Simon soft-ass white supremacists reported the video of me lumping up your brother in stupidity, but let me make it clear. Whiteness is not real. Whiteness was made up by billionaires to placate petulant children who couldn't accept the fact that they were never going to be billionaires, and so they had to be given something. Whiteness is not real. You didn't accomplish it, you didn't earn it, you didn't choose it, you didn't do it. People who take pride in the fact that they tan poorly do so because they've never accomplished anything else in their life worth taking pride in. They do so that they can piggyback off the accomplishments of their betters. They do so that through association, they might be able to take pride in shit that they didn't have nothing to do with. The most illogical, backwards, entitled mentality I've ever had the displeasure of being associated with. You want to be aligned because we're both labor? Absolutely. You want to be aligned because we're American? I can give you that. But you think that we should share similar interests because we're both at a higher risk for sunburn? You're smoking rock. Fucking whiteness. Did whiteness stop German soldiers from killing the French, or English, or the Poles, or Russians in World War II? No, it didn't. That's because whiteness is a wholly American contrivance. It was made up to placate those who don't possess the critical thinking faculties to be able to identify that it's bullshit. Now, make no mistake, we've exported it, but it is wholly American. Made up for those who are literate and ignorant. Fucking butthurt white supremacist snowflakes getting my shit taken down. Let me make it clear, I ain't going nowhere. You want to get at me, you get at me. I ain't got no problem making a sequel, and I promise you I'm going to post that shit too. While I'm at it, hashtag CoinCock, because until TikTok want to make white supremacists as uncomfortable as they make minority creators on this app feel, then I'm not giving them a dime. I'm not going to have no gifts on my lives, and I encourage everybody else who creates content to do the same. Y'all have a good day.
So this is all I got from this. And let me tell you something. You see, white supremacy is something that, I mean, it's very deep in some people, that you heard what he said. They try as much as they can to look for a way to silence the black people and other minorities and all that. And you heard him say he is not going anywhere on this app. And why did they report his post? It was his own people that reported that post. Why? Because they did not like what he said. Or because they felt like, why would you be speaking the truth? They don't like it when you speak the truth. But we will know, black people will know about it and all that. And it's quite really sad that, we are the one at the receiving end, because they really do not care about black people. It is what they made up. Whiteness, it wasn't real. which we all know it was something they made up in order to differentiate class and all that. Say this is the white people and this is the black people and other people and the rest of it. And not until we are ready to accept this, because a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people, it's kind of sad, like, it's something they don't want to hear. It's something they don't want to, like, So that's why they reported his account and all that. All the best to them. So let's get into the man that said that, what has rap done for black people and all that? What the hell is wrong with these people? Because I don't understand. Why is it that everything that got to do with black people is all questioned? Like anything that, if it got to do with black people, it must really be questioned. Like black people are not supposed to create hip hop, and everything that comes with hip hop, comes with murder, comes with going to prison, comes with a lot. See, like JJ said, I really do not respect anybody who is ignorant. Number one is, I am sorry, but I am a great fan of hip hop. I listen to hip hop more than any other thing. I mean, if I go anywhere, the only thing I request is hip hop. I love it. I don't know. But that is what I want. That is what I love, right? And has it for a day inspired me to want to do drugs? I mean, it's crazy. Have I ever thought of wanting to do drugs? Not even for a minute, because I know the dangers of it. Anybody that listens to rap and probably decide to do any bad thing is because you've been nurturing to do bad thing. It is not because you're listening to rap, or because, it is not because you're listening to rap. And a lot of people stitched. I don't know why some people have this tiny mindset, because anybody that stitched a video, or not really stitched, like doing a video, that because you're listening to rap, and that is one of the reasons some people do drugs, some people carry gun and all that. It means you do not have a mind of your own. This is how I feel, because when you have it doesn't matter your age or anything, if you have a mind of your own, there are some things will not influence you. You only look for the good ones that will influence you. Just because you heard somebody rap about maybe drug or something, Pe0ple, and then you think it's okay to carry, you've been nurturing that. That is your life. That is how you were born. It's got nothing to do with the music or rap music or something. So if your mindset is this horrible, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. That is who you are. But telling me that because rap music has not done anything for anybody, a lot of people are in the prison, a lot of people are this, a lot of people are that, because they listen to rap music, you are just a liar. You're just looking for something to pin on black people, to say it is all black people, because it is black people that love hip hop. I am a great fan, a huge fan of hip hop. And it's not going to change anything anymore, because once I hear it, my brain is all wanting to vibe and all that. And not even for a minute have I ever thought of, when I am done listening to the music, I drop everything there and go home. So why would I want to do some certain things? It does not run in my bloodstream, That is not what I am. I was not born like that. I have never even thought of it. So why would everything be black people's problem? Even I am sure very soon they are going to say that we are the ones blocking the air that is like not flowing very well. Or we've already taken one of their nostrils and all that, It's because everything is all black people's fault. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.